We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance.
If you're ready to lose some weight, I'm going back to the old school and doing the things that helped me lose almost 100 pounds after my second child. I'm down 30 pounds and I'm here to give y'all the tea on an affordable meal prep. So first we're starting off with our protein box or our snack pack, okay? We're starting off with some turkey pepperoni, some lightly salted cashews, and some raspberries and blueberries, which are antioxidants. So we have fats from our cashews, we have carbs from our crackers. 5 of these carbs is 80 calories. And we have our turkey pepperoni, which is 100% protein. So we have everything that you could want in this box for your diet. So if you need a sweet tooth, you got it. If you need something salty, you got it. If you need protein, you got it. Next, we're gonna clean the fruits. I use vinegar and also baking soda with water. Let it soak, come back, rinse it. Rinse it good, bring your hands over it, try to get as much dirt off it as you can, and then it's ready to go. So next we're gonna prep. We're gonna get our fats in there. Now these containers are already measured out. It tells you what measurement is at the bottom of the container. So I'm doing about a handful of cashews into my cup. Next, we're doing our Ritz crackers, which are 5 Ritz crackers, which is about 80 calories. Now, I don't like doing anything that's over 500 to 600 calories per meal. Okay, I have protein in every single meal that I have. If it's a protein shake, if it's protein from shrimp, any kind of meats, turkey, beef, whatever I'm having, I make sure I have protein in every single meal. Next, we're going with some string cheese, which is a source of protein. In this stick, it's about 7 grams of protein. So this is a highly packed box, okay? Like I said, you want sweet, you want salty, you want a little bit of savory. This will definitely do it for you. Next, we're going to our lunch wrap. Now, you can pair this with that protein box, or you can have the wrap for lunch, and then when you get hungry a few hours later, you can have the wrap. We're going with some low carb tortillas, which are keto friendly and about 70 calories, and we're going with some 1620 shrimp, and I think this is a pound of shrimp, which was $10. And then we're going to add our cucumbers and tomatoes. Now, if you don't want to add this when you put it in the fridge, you can prep it on the side if you're worried about being mushy. And then we have some mayo sriracha mango sauce, which was a great pair for this meal. So first things first, the shrimp is already cooked. I got it rinsed and I got it the tails pulled off. Next thing I'm adding is some parsley. Parsley refreshes any food that you may have. The only seasoning I'm using is my Tony's Creole seasoning, and this is all it needs. About 5 minutes this shrimp was done. It was crispy, it was golden brown, how I like it. But be mindful, if it's already ready from the store, it's already cooked. Okay, so if you wanted to have this cold, you could do it cold. If you wanted to heat it up as you went, you could do that as well. But I like my shrimp to be charred and brown, just like me. All right, so get this cooked on the stove for about 5 minutes. You don't need any butter. All you have to do is spray a little bit of avocado oil into your pan, and 5 minutes, this thing will be done. All right, you can add some more parsley if you want. If you want some lemon juice, if you want it, lemony, you can add some lemon juice, or you can add some lime juice to it. Whatever you wanted to do with this. Okay, if you don't like shrimp, you can have salmon. If you don't like salmon, you can do chicken, the little chicken bites that I like to have from Sam's Club. You can do this as well. Okay, just make sure it's a good protein source, and the most protein comes from actually seafood. All right, so 5 minutes, this baby is done. While that is cooking, I'm getting my cucumber diced up. I do have a cutter, but I'm missing a piece off of it. I don't know where it is. So I had to end up, cutting everything today. You can cut them in thin slices or you can dice them. So it's all up to you as far as your prep time and how much time you have. Now, this took me about under an hour. It took me about 50 minutes to do this meal prep, and I was already ready with everything that I wanted to use. And I make multi-use of things, so I can use the wraps again. I can use the cucumber, can go 3 ways. The tomato can go 3 ways. So have things that you can intertwine with so you can save money, and it's a low prep time. So the same ingredients that I'm using now can be made in a pico de gallo that I'm going to do in the end, and you guys are going to see that as well. Next, we have our wraps. This was the easiest thing to prep. If you want to brown your wraps, you can brown them on the stove top, but it's not necessary. Next, I'm taking that shredded lettuce and putting it on to my tortilla. Now, it's not gonna hurt you. It's 3 days, okay? It's 3 days. You might mess around and eat 2 of these in one day, which is fine, okay? So this wrap is less than 300 calories, all right? You have your greens, tomato, cucumber, and you have your protein source, which is your shrimp. And you have your low carb tortilla. Okay, so you can pair this with something on the side if you wanted to. You can do a few tortilla. I said a few tortilla chips, not the whole bag. Okay, you can do a few, measure it out, which will bring you to like another 100 plus calories. So do what's best for you. For me, I will have this solo by itself because it's filling to me. All right, so get it, even out, make it pretty, make it inviting. If you want to add onions to it, you can add onions to it as well. Now that my shrimp is done, look how golden and pretty that is. 5 minutes, 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side. Remember, it was already cooked. Okay, I just charred it and put a little seasoning on it. I put about 5 shrimp onto my tortillas, and this is a lunch. I don't like really heavy lunches because I feel like I can't go through the rest of my day. I feel like I'm on struggle mode. So I like to have something light for lunch, and I'm just adding a little bit of the sriracha sauce. Remember, mindful eating, okay? You don't have to have a pound of sauce. You don't have to have dipping sauce with everything, sis. Everything don't need a dipping sauce, all right? I used to be one of those girls that I had to have ranch on the side of everything. But once you know better, you do better, okay? Now you get these prepped up into your container. Now these babies are the start of my meal prep, and that's why they're getting the glass container. And they were so good, y'all. When I tell you guys, very delicious, very filling. It made me feel like I was just out eating. And raise your hand if you're like me. I love to go out and eat. I can't hold you. I am a foodie. My kids are foodies. We love to eat. We love to go out and eat. But this right here, 10 out of 10. Next, we're going into our beef bowl, and this is some lean ground beef. You can use lean chicken, or you can use turkey for this bowl. I am a ground beef girl. I tried chicken. I'm not knocking the chicken, but I really love some ground beef. I grew up off ground beef. Ground beef when I was growing up, you can make ground beef about 50,000 ways. You can make a meatloaf, you can make hamburgers, you can make chili mac, you could make beans, put it in, you could do ground beef so many things. Okay, so for my ground beef, I'm just using a few seasonings. Now let me tell y'all what my husband does. He boils it and he adds tomato sauce with chicken broth. And I had never seen that in my life. Okay, y'all know my husband's Spanish. Never seen it in my life. But it actually hit. I actually went into the pantry looking for the tomato sauce to do it his way, but I couldn't find it. So I'm using my Creole seasoning. I do have the salt-free version of this, but it just don't hit like Big Tony. Little Tony with no salt don't hit like Big Tony. Okay, next I'm putting in some minced garlic. You can add onions to this, but since I am sharing with my family, I'm not going to add onions to it. I'm just going to put some minced garlic. And I do love garlic. I'm a garlic girl. Okay, thank God I ain't a vampire. Okay, I am a garlic girl. You hear me? So, and next we're going to add some pollo. If you don't have any pollo, you can use chicken broth. Okay. So you can use chicken broth into your skillet if you don't have it. Now, going to the cooking of this, you don't need no grease. Don't put the grease out the oven in the skillet. Don't put any kind of grease in this. It's going to make its own grease. Cook it on medium. It's going to be flooded with grease, okay? I'm adding some parsley. You could do parsley or cilantro. Both give you energy and both refined. So next we're making some pico. So you need some cilantro, onion, cucumber, lime, that little piece of tomato. You need some black pepper, girl, you're going too fast for me. Y'all wanted me to make these videos slow. Girl, I done flashed about 85 things in 1 second on the screen. But anyway, y'all know how to make pico. The only thing I was missing is some garlic powder. Now, what house don't have garlic powder? Okay, we don't have any garlic powder in my house, and I'm shook by that. All right, so again, all you need is tomato, cilantro, onion. You can use white, yellow, or purple. Cucumber, just half of it is only for the 3, or you can use it. You can add the rest of it to your shrimp bowl, or you can eat it by itself with tomatoes. Like it's so many things that you can do with this pico. All right, it goes a long way. Okay, it's multi-purposeful. Okay, I like to have things that serves more than one purpose. All right, that's like having, one pair of jeans that you can wear like 5 different ways. All right, so that's your goal. All right, save money, have things that spread out that are affordable. All right, so I'm adding my onions here. This onion cleared out my whole sinus. This onion was furious. Okay, so I'm adding my black ground pepper, some sea salt. Okay, you can smell this when it comes together. Some ground cumin. All right, some onion powder, and it would have been with garlic powder, but we lacking right now. And some lime. Okay, you can use lime juice that you got over there in your little bar. You got a little bar over there with some lime juice in it. If you ain't got no fresh, you got some sweet lime juice in your house at your bar, put it inside of here. Y'all know I'm talking to somebody right now. Get it mixed up. Taste it as you go. It doesn't have to be over salty. Okay, because you're putting it with the ground beef. The ground beef has flavor as well. So be mindful of what you're putting seasoning in, how much you're actually putting them in if you're on low sodium. Look at that ground beef. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 ground beef. All right. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to measure. All right. I told y'all that my battery kept falling out my scale, but I'm not getting a new one because it works. All right. So I'm measuring it by the grams. Okay. You want to measure it by the grams. I try to have at least 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal. All right. I am on 100 plus grams of protein per day. All right. So whatever way I got to get it, I'm going to get it. If it's going to be food, if it's going to be a protein bar, if it's going to be a protein shake, I'm going to do a video and show you guys some healthy protein, high protein things. But just because you're eating high protein, it doesn't have to be high in calorie. All right. So the highest thing in calorie here is the ground beef. All right. So it's high in protein and it's low in calories. All right. So this was, again, under 500 calories. You don't need no sriracha. You don't need any kind of seasoning to this. If you need some seasoning, use hot sauce. Okay. Whatever you got, Texas Pete, Louisiana, whatever, add some hot sauce. Next, I'm adding some corn to my top. Not only to my top, Lord, to my top. I'm adding some corn to, make it more festive, making it more inviting. And this was so good with the jalapenos on top. And you can have it with some tortilla chips, not the whole bag. Okay. Lastly, we're going to our breakfast meal. We're going to have our yogurt. Now you can actually put a straw in and drink this yogurt. It's 140 calories, and I think it's like 9 grams of protein. Next, we have our blueberries, which are our antioxidants that we had from our bowl earlier. Okay, remember, make your thing stretch. All right, don't just go out and buy $500 worth of groceries and then it all end up swelling because you don't have enough time to eat it, or you feel like you're rushed and pressed to eat. Okay, I buy a few items, I prep them for a few days, and I mind my business. Okay, so don't self-sabotage yourself by buying too many things and making a really, really big menu, okay, when you only got one goal, and that's to lose weight. All right. Next, I'm adding some sausage patties. Now, this is going to give me 18 grams of protein by itself. So I'm 30 grams of protein in this meal. All right. And it's 0 sugar and it's low fat. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want meal preps like this. And I'll see you.